The sound of my alarm wakes me up. With a wide yawn, I push myself out of bed. A small part wishes I could have slept in again, but that part is silenced by the rest of me who's pumped in for the big concert. I swap through different outfits and spend a little more time on my appearance. It's important that I make a good impression, as I'm not only representing myself and my team, but I'm representing Ace Academy too. Once satisfied, I check my email for the location of the event. It's hosted at the Izukase concert hall. The sponsorship network event is at a club next door. I head downstairs, expecting to see a heartbroken Mickey, but to my surprise, Uncle Kaito greets me from the couch, a piece of toast hanging from his mouth.
Hey, boy, ready for sure?
What? Kaito swallows his mouthful of toast and grins.
You don't speak food?
Not fluently, it seems.
Are you excited for today?
You already know?
Are you kidding me? Nikki has been talking non-stop about it. Oni-chan gets to meet XC!
Did you really say that?
Close enough.
We laugh. Speaking of which...
She's hanging out with some friends. They're going to watch the concert together but have to prep first. I don't really understand what that means.
Neither do I. I checked the time. Not enough time to make breakfast.
Here.
Uncle Kaito offers me his extra toast.
I know that face all too well. There have been many a morning where I had to go hungry, and I can't subject my nephew to that kind of life.
That's morbid. He laughs.
I have a rare day off and can afford to make another.
I grin and accept his offering. Thanks.
Have a good day.
I nibble at my toast and head to the garage. Then I wolf the remaining toast down before driving into the city. Soon I arrive at the concert hall. I wander around the hall and through the people bustling back and forth before finding the entrance backstage. There's a passage between the hall and the arcade, as the properties are owned by the same family. As I pass through, I spot the signs directing me to Dashu VIP arcade lounge. After providing my identity to the guard, I enter. As soon as I walk in, I spot many recognizable faces. Rigger Toots, Sidney Crossbow, Junil Okio, Cristiano Ronaldo, just to name a few. I keep waiting for someone to stop me and ask me what I'm doing here, but no one does. A few people glance at me in passing, some even flash me a smile as if to say, "You're one of us now." Walking in the same room as these people is intimidating, but also exhilarating. Scanning the room, I don't see XC anywhere.
Broseph!
I turn around and see Sho, Mayu and Kaori approaching me. Hey guys!
Can you believe this? My inner fanboy is going off the charts!
Kaori shrugs.
I don't see what the big fuss is.
Me neither.
Mayu chokes on her words, and her eyes widen at the sight of someone. I follow her line of sight, expecting XC, but instead I see some old dude with white hair. Breathe, Mayu. She takes a deep breath.
It's Reboot von Beethoven!
Who's that?
Who's that?
If looks could kill, Sho would have already been on the ground bleeding.
Huh?
As Sho covers, Mayu closes her eyes and sets her jaw determinedly. Then, with shaking lead, she walks towards the man.
Well, then.
Kaori blinks in surprise. Without any of us imagined Mayu was capable of something so terrifying. Mayu stalks closer to Reboot von Beethoven, but as soon as his attention lands on her, she becomes rooted to the ground. Uh-oh. He waits patiently for her, watching her curiously. He remains frozen, so he smiles and pats her on the head, then resumes his journey to the buffer tables. After Mayu's internal systems reboot, he hops back to us with starstruck eyes.
He touched me.
I wouldn't phrase it like that. You might want to think about what you just said and try again. Sho and Kaori nod in agreement, while Mayu's cheeks flush.
greatest classical composer to exist since the original.
Seriously? That's his tagline?
Hello, beautiful people.
Valerie's all smiles as she approaches. He throws an arm around me and Kaori, much to Kaori's dismay.
What's with all the excitement?
Mayu just met Beethoven.
You mean the Ludwig von Beethoven?
I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. No, reboot. Mayu nods happily.
Ooh, he's the greatest classical composer to exist since the original.
Seriously? Mayu bursts out laughing and Valerie joins in. Their laugh is contagious and soon we all joined in. When we finally catch our breath, Kaori looks around.
Where's Yuna?
Not sure. She might be busy handling logistics and stuff.
That makes sense actually. The man in Dashu had interrupts us.
Hey, are you guys from Ace Academy?
Yes.
He checks off a name on his clipboard.
You're up for the photo shoot. Please, come with me.
We look at each other, then shrug and follow him. He leads us to a secluded area behind a wall of curtains. There is a station already set up on a stage with a backdrop and lighting equipment. A man with a tight back ponytail barks directions at the models, his camera at the ready. Yuna stands to the side and studies the clipboard in her hand. As our manager, I guess part of her job is coordinating any events we attend. I hope she doesn't have to work the whole time. Hey Yuna! She glances over at us and grins.
You're here. Sorry I haven't had a chance to say hi.
Are you helping with the whole event?
No, I've just been getting our team affairs in order. You guys are doing okay?
We are not.
Great! Well, they want a team photo of all of us. I've already worked it out with our photographer. We're going to be here.
He leads us to the stage where the photographer is waiting. He directs us into a normal group stance with bright smiles. The shutter clicks constantly as he captures us from different angles.
Perfect. Excellent. Very nice.
Once he gets the takes he needs, Cho wants to take a cool photo. With the photographer's permission, we hold action poses trying to look as badass as possible. This is pretty fun.
Now we need a solo model from the team. While I work on setup, Yuna, please coordinate who will be your swimsuit model.
A swimsuit?
Photographer sighs impatiently.
Yes! It'll be used for our upcoming catalog, The Taste of Summer. What's more summery than a warm beach?
He walks off before Yuna can protest.
Did you guys hear that?
We nod.
Who should do it?
Pick Mayu. Mayu can do it. Mayu's eyes widen in horror.
No!
She turns her back to us.
I won't do it. It's too embarrassing.
Valerie giggles.
Aw, she's adorable when she's all shy.
Leave her alone.
I don't get what the big deal is. We've already seen you in a bikini before.
Mayu's blush brightens.
It's not the same.
She wraps her arms tightly around herself, on the verge of tears. Yuna and Kaori hover her protectively.
It's okay. You don't have to do it.
Well, that didn't work out. Who would actually be willing to do it though? I think I know. How about Valerie? Wait, where'd she go? Everyone noticed the lack of blonde hair spunkiness besides us. I look around and spot her already on the stage, pulling her clothes off.
Valerie!
Valerie cocks her head to the side, sporting an alluring bikini.
Why were you wearing that underneath your clothes?
It's a photo shoot. Aren't you all wearing yours?
Kaori clenches her fist.
Of course not. What sort of dumb logic is that?
Valerie grins impishly.
Oh, even better.
Huh?
You're wearing something nice and private underneath, aren't you, Kaori?
What?
Is it black, Maybe lazy.
Kaori's face turns red.
Stop being a pervert!
Valerie laughs. Sho nudges me.
That's the first time she called someone other than us a pervert.
It was only a matter of time. She grabs the Dashu energy drink beside her with one hand and forms a peace sign with the other. She winks suggestively at the camera.
That is perfect! You're a natural!
We watch Valerie expertly transition between poses as the photographer snaps image after image. She's completely in her element. The girls are a little too focused on her. I can't tell if it's from admiration, jealousy, or a little bit of both. Valerie shakes the drink, then pops open the bottle. The carbonated liquid explodes all over her face. She catches the liquid in her mouth, then wraps her lips around the bottle. I can't look away.
That's enough!
Yuna pulls Valerie off the stage and pushes her towards the changing room.
Hey!
You ruined my shoot!
You've got plenty to use already.
Yuna is uncharacteristically firm, and the photographer is taken aback by her directness.
Yeah, okay.
Great.
He shoves Valerie into the changing room.
Ah!
My heart feels like it's about to beat out of my chest. Cho's face is frozen in awe. Kaori is uncharacteristically quiet, and her face is as red as a tomato. Mayu's pensive, as if she's trying to analyze what she just witnessed. Yuna's cheeks are just as red as Kaori's.
That was...
We nod. There are no words to describe what we just saw.
That was a lot of fun.
Valerie returns in her previous outfit and a towel wrapped around her neck. She's completely unfazed by what just happened. A laugh escapes me as I consider how ridiculous the situation is. Soon the entire team is laughing with me.
Thank you very much. We have everything we...
You're welcome.
We exit out of the photo area and back into the main lounge.
What do you guys want to do now?
Valerie lets out a loud squeal.
Look!
She points to none other than XZ, who is steadily walking towards us. He's a lot taller in person and a lot cooler. I have to admit, Nikki was right. He's more attractive in person.
XZ!
That would be me.
He grins charmingly.
I don't believe we've met. Are you new? I doubt I would have forgotten such stunning visions such as yourselves.
Each girl turns a bright shade of red, including Kaori. They shoot him nervous glances of elation and awe. Even Valerie has lost her cool. With all of them speechless, XC looks at Sho, who is equally smitten. XC grins understandingly. Of course, he must be used to this. Finally, his gaze lands on me. Oh hi. We're from Ace Academy. Dashu is sponsoring our team.
Ace Academy? That means you guys are pilots.
His face lights up and he seems genuinely impressed. I motion to myself, Sho, Mayu and Kaori. We are. I point to Yuna. She's the team manager. And I point to Valerie. And she's our engineer. XC winks and gives us a thumbs up.
That's hardcore, man. I always wanted to be a pilot. What a cool job.
Excuse me, XZ-senpai?
XC laughs.
Just X is fine.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, X-senpai. Do you think we can get a photo, please?
Yeah, me too.
XC nods.
Sure. Why don't we get a group photo?
Good idea.
Count me in.
Kaori nods with a smile. X motions to a nearby Dashu employee. As we get into place, each of us is surreptitiously trying to stand right beside XC. The photographer comes out from behind the curtains, his camera at the ready.
Everyone say Z!
We say Z in unison and have a good laugh as the photo is taken.
Excellent! I'll make sure to have these emailed to you all.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Z.
X smiles.
You guys are too formal. Kick back and have some fun. We're gonna be rocking out soon enough.
That's right.
A man in a suit comes over and whispers in XC's ear.
Time for warm-ups and stage prep. You're coming to the show, right?
Of course.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Good. I'll be looking for you.
After flashing us one last thumb up, he walks towards his manager. We are still giddy from our encounter with him.
He's nice.
Yeah.
Mallory sighs dreamily and Yuna nods.
I don't know about you guys, but all this excitement has made me hungry. We can't leave this event until we've checked out the buffet.
And Cho eyes the majestic spread as the team murmurs their agreement. You guys go ahead. I'll catch up to you in just a sec. I rush after XC, my promise to Nikki at the front of my mind. Excuse me, XC? He turns and smiles when he sees me.
Hey man, what's up?
I was wondering if I could get an autograph.
Of course.
He waits with an acceptant smile. Right, pen and paper. I put down my pockets but come back empty-handed. Oh crap, don't tell me this is happening right now. There isn't anything lying around I could use either.
Z, we need you!
Sure.
He scratched the back of his head. Can't believe I'm going to fail like this. I'm sorry, I don't have a pen or paper on me. You're busy and I don't want to keep you. I'm sure my sister will understand.
Sister?
Yeah, my younger sister found out I was coming here, and she asked me to get a signature. He nods knowingly.
In that case.
XD takes off his necklace and offers it to me. I blink at him. This is way more than just a signature. Are you sure this is okay?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I accept the offering. Thank you. He smiles warmly.
The things we do for our baby sisters, right?
You got that right. He gives me another thumbs up before disappearing with his manager. I look over his medallion before safely pocketing it, then head back to my friends. Before I make it back to the group, I'm intercepted by Mayu.
Wait.
Huh? Mayu, how come you aren't with the others?
I wanted to give you something.
What is it? He bites her lip and fidgets as if struggling through some inner dialogue. Suddenly, she thrusts an envelope into my hands.
Don't read this until you get home.
What?
Promise you won't.
I promise. She nods. Her cheeks are tinged pink and she refuses to meet my eyes. Just as abruptly as she arrived, she rushes back to the group. I flip over the nondescript envelope, wondering what it could say. Still, I promised her I wouldn't read it, so with great reluctance I put the letter in my pocket and rejoined the group. After eating our fill from the buffet, we continued to mingle and meet other Dashu sponsees. Everyone we spoke to was excited to hear that Dashu was sponsoring an ace team and wished us luck in our matches. It felt really satisfying to be at the center of attention, if only for a short moment. Soon it was time for the concert. We filed into the concert hall and towards the front of the stage, where flashing lights introduced XE. Mayu sways to the music, a smile on her face. Every so often I catch her glancing at me, but she hurriedly looks away. The blush spreads across her cheeks whenever I catch her staring. As she gets into the music, she relaxes and I catch her singing along. XE is the perfect combination of entertainment and talent, and my voice soon grows hoarse from singing along. At one point, he even saw us and winked. Once the concert is over, we chat animatedly about how awesome it was before heading our separate ways and going home. I park my bike in the garage and fish in my pocket for my keys when my hand touches the envelope. I'd forgotten all about it during the concert, But the same trepidation from before rushes back. Should I wait to read it? Nikki is probably waiting for me on the other side of the door. I remember Mayu's face as she shoved the letter into my hands. This must be important if she would subject herself to that kind of embarrassment. I tear open the letter and read through. I tried so many times to write this, but the words never come out right. I don't know how to tell you that in the past few months, I feel closer to you than anyone else. You've helped me grow as a person. Playing my music and forming our band was a dream. I never thought would come true, but you made it happen. Talking to you about chess was the only time I wasn't embarrassed to admit I played, and I was thrilled to find out we read the same books. You always seem to say exactly what I need to hear. Yesterday was the first time in a long time that I felt like I could be myself around someone. You were helping me get over my fears again, and I feel like when I'm with you I can be strong. I had so much fun yesterday that I was sad to say goodbye. Nobody makes me feel the way I feel when I'm around you. I love the time we spent together and I want to have even more of those moments with you. I clutch the letter in my hands as I digest Mayu's words. I feel the same way. My hands shake as I reread the letter. I feel the same way when I'm around her too. I want to have more days like yesterday with her. Pulling out my phone, I prepare to text her. Is this really how I feel? Yes. My thumbs type out a short response. I feel the same way. There's a pounding in my ears as I wait anxiously for her reply. The seconds feel like an eternity before my phone vibrates. You don't know how happy I am. I was so worried you wouldn't feel the same way. Smiley face. I catch myself grinning stupidly at nothing. Can this day get any better? I've been sitting in the garage for a while now. I should probably head inside. I'm barely through the door before Nikki bombards me.
Hello.
Oh, hi. She eyes me up and down. So what?
Quit stalling. The autograph?
Oh, I feign a look of dread. Oh crap, I knew I forgot something. Nikki is frozen in place if she can't understand my words. I'm so sorry, sis. Gradually, as my words sink in, her face falls.
But you promised!
She tries to tether her sniffles, but can't stop her lip from trembling as the tears well in her eyes. Whoa, hey, stop! I was just kidding. As tears slip down her cheeks. No, seriously, look. I pull out the necklace. She snatches it from my hand and examines it for a signature, but there isn't one. She pouts.
It's just an XC necklace. You can buy those at any souvenir stand. I wanted an autograph from him.
No, XE himself gave this to me to give it to you. He crossed her arms and raised an eyebrow.
Do you really think I'm that gullible?
Okay, to be fair, even I wouldn't have believed that story. I can prove it. I pull up my phone and open the selfie we took before the concert. The medallion is clearly around his neck. Then I flip to the photos during the concert where there's obviously a lack of a necklace. Nikki grabs my phone and pinches in to zoom the images. She swipes back and forth between the photos, over and over and over. When suddenly, she leaps up and down, still clutching her phone.
Oh my god, you were telling the truth! I can't believe it!
What? Nikki throws her arms around my neck and squeezes me tightly.
This is the best!
The necklace or me? She plants a kiss on my cheeks before letting go, then slips the necklace over her head.
I'm never taking this off.
Glad you like it, sis.
You're the best brother ever!
Thanks. She nods happily.
I have to go tell my friends! They're gonna flip.
She dashes up the stairs two at a time. That's the fastest she's ever tried to get away from me. I haven't seen her this happy in a long time. Thanks, XC, for making this happen. My crumbling stomach derails my train of thought. I probably should have made better use of all the free food. Oh well, let's go see what we've got. I make my way into the kitchen. Uncle Kaito's laptop and papers are spread across the kitchen table, but he's nowhere in sight. Probably went to the washroom. I'm about to open the fridge when a beeping from his computer distracts me. I glance over and see a new email has come in. But as my eye wanders over the sea of Japanese text, one English email draws my attention. Even more curiously, the words New York are in the preview text. New York? What could Uncle Kaito possibly be doing there? I tried to resist the temptation, but as I read a private investigation firm based out of New York, my curiosity gets the best of me, and I click open the email. Why would Uncle Kaito order investigative work in the States? In New York specifically? I read on. Mr. Kaito, we have begun our preliminary investigation into the case of Mr. and Mrs. 8. The laptop is closed shut before I can finish. I look up sharply into Kaito's serious frown.
I thought you knew better than to snoop through other people's things.
I just saw an email from an investigation firm in New York.
Why were you looking through my email in the first place?
I know, I'm in the wrong for snooping, but I can't let him change the subject. Not when it involves my home, my family. This email was talking about Mom and Dad. Uncle Kaito remained stoic.
You misread it.
No. A growing anger bubbles in my chest. I don't care if you have secrets. I even understand when you try to hide the truth about Aunt Yuki, but I will not allow you to keep secrets from me when it involves my parents. There's no trace of a smile on Uncle Kaito's face, and his dark eyes are usually grim. I search his face looking for a spark of my goofy, mellow uncle, but he is a mask of stony silence. What do you know? What aren't you telling me? After a long pause, he finally speaks.
There are some things you are better off not knowing.
Try me. I have a right to know what happened to my parents. Uncle Kaito's expression doesn't change, but a faint line of worry creases his brow. I soften my tone. I appreciate that you're trying to protect me, but whatever it says in that email, I can handle it. He looks hard at me, and I stay silent as he ponders my words. Finally, he sighs and opens the laptop. After he pulls up the email, he slides the computer towards me. With bated breath, I read through the brief email. Mr. Kaito, we've begun a preliminary investigation into the case of Mr. and Mrs. 8, and we have found out that the witness statements released during the conclusion of the case contrasted greatly with the statement originally recorded by the investigation authors. Further investigation will continue. That's it. I can't hide the confusion from my voice.
For now.
I don't understand. It's common knowledge that witnesses are not always a reliable source. A lot of times they'll change their stories or misremember what they saw.
It's not just the witness statements. Before the accident, your mom called me out of the blue with a very strange request. We talked about custody when your parents first created their will, and we'd already decided that should your parents pass away, custody of you kids would go to me. Of course, I assured her that I'd take care of you both. Then, a week later, your parents' accident happened. I tried to discreetly look into the accident on my own, but got nowhere. That's why I hired the private investigator.
I racked my brain trying to remember the last few days before Mom and Dad's accident. Were they acting any different than usual? Dad was wrapping up the last few upgrades to my car, but we were both scrambling to finish updates on Eagle before school started. I understand why you wanted to keep this a secret. Uncle Kaito looks relieved. But now that I know about this investigation, I want to be kept in the loop. He nods.
I suppose that's fair.
Maybe I can help too. I mean, we did live in NYC, and I still have some contacts from CINY.
Let's see what the PI comes back with and we can go from there. If your parents were in danger, I don't want you to put your life at risk too.
I nod reluctantly. Kaito suddenly looks uneasy.
You aren't going to tell your sister about this, are you?
I shake my head. Our parents' death affected Nikki a lot more than it affected me. She puts on a smile and a brave face, but I can see where she's hurting inside. She's made a lot of progress in the past couple of months, and I think she's finally begun to move on and be happy. We shouldn't rock the boat until we know for certain what happened to Mom and Dad wasn't an accident. Uncle Kaito grins in relief.
I'm glad we're in agreement on this.
Uncle Kaito gently shuts his laptop.
I think that's enough excitement for one day.
He grins jokingly at me.
I need to get some work done before you decide to snoop through even more of my emails.
That's my cue to head upstairs. As we part and I head into my room, I try to focus on my homework, but my mind is filled with unanswered questions about Mom and Dad. If this wasn't an accident, then what really happened? Why would anyone want to hurt them? Eventually, I get my work done and head to bed. Then I drift off into a fitful slumber.